Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T92 HMC. It's the Tier 10 American SPG. It's located on the northeast corner of Outpost under the command of Oksydor of OLIMP. And he's got the improved rammer, gun lane drive, and whoa, what's coming out of the rear of his vehicle? I think that's one of those add-ons, isn't it? Something at the back anyway. It says heavy metal. Okay, so he's got the gun lane drive and the rotation device as well. So I forgot to say that. And look, he's got a lamp as well. So he's adding bits onto his T92 to make it look better. Okay. 24 centimeter howitzer. It's the biggest gun in the game, despite what they might tell you about the 183 millimeter. First shot, direct hit on a Caro 45T, and he gets 722 hit points. He's using the improved non-stun HE, which is capable of 1420 hit points of damage alpha, and that means that was a non-penetrating shot, but a big one at that. 75mm pen with a 7-meter burst radius. Next target is going to be the IS-7. Okay, the standard reload for this Arty is 46.98 seconds. He's got 35.84. Fires a snapshot in. Oh! He hit on the Manticore for 648. You heard the sizzle. Even though the Manticore was going at speed, he still got struck by that snapshot. And as a consequence, he's lost a huge amount of his hit points just like that. He's not going to be a very happy player. Over on this side of the map, we've got a whole bunch of enemy tanks all together, which means he can multiply the amount of damage. There's somebody sitting on that corner. We can't see him at the moment, but he is there. He was definitely there earlier. So we're going for the mouse, which we can see. Oh, there's the AMX-50. He was the one who pulled back. We fire at him, and the house gets it. Now, if that had been a real shot, the house would have disappeared in a huge cloud of dust. It'd be really nice if Wargaming could add that sort of dynamics into the game, to have some of the scenery literally collapse. I mean, they do have collapsible buildings and destructible scenery, but it ought to be that all of the map would contain destructible buildings and the like. Well, that mouse certainly made a leap off there. Can we get this AMX-50B this time? No, because the house gets it again. The only good thing is, of course, he didn't stun the E5 in the process, because this is a non-stun shell. But that E5 isn't going to last, and in fact, he gets his head blown off as well. His turret is now adorning the building. So this group of enemy tanks, all working together, is basically dominating this side of the map, and our E900 is probably not going to last very long. Yes, he's gone. We're almost loaded, and the first tank we go for is the mouse. Direct hit right into the side for 420. It's going to change position now. Yeah, so that group is actually going to be really difficult, because the only tank we've got down there is the Cranvan. And he's just been wiped out. So now we've got no tanks on the north side of the map. And we're down by 6 tanks. But Oksydor is an excellent Arty player. In fact, he's the leader of my clan. So I have to say nice things about him. It's in the contract. No, it's not actually. But I mean, the thing is that he is a very good Arty player. He also streams on Twitch TV. So if you want to learn how to play Arty, you can do that by watching his stream. And I regularly do. In fact, I subscribe to his stream. Okay, Leopard 1. Now, he should be able to penetrate this guy. And he might actually wipe him out if he does. Rounds out. Oh my god, he did! Just like that. And I hadn't seen this video before, so I can't tell you exactly what's in the replay. But he did wipe that guy out. I predicted it might happen. It actually did happen. Okay, we've got the AMX-50B headed in this direction, I think. In fact, he's not the only one. The Manticore who got upset at being wiped out or hit the last time, and he's come round here to do some serious damage to us. He actually tried to kill us, but didn't succeed. Now he's going to try and come around this side. And that was a bad move because, of course, Oksydor was ready to wipe him out with one shot. But now Oksydor's in reload. And so we're relying on the Death Star to stop the enemy from coming at us. The score is now only 2 tanks down on the enemy. There's no enemy tanks headed towards us now because the AMX-50B taken out by the Death Star means that there's nobody threatening us. In fact, we can probably threaten the enemy now because they're in grave danger. Okay, so we're pulling back to get a good shot at this Badger. He's the nearest one that we can hit. Let's see what we can do. Going for the gun mantlet. Rounds out. Direct hit. Doesn't kill him, but 449 is a nice sum of credits. We're only 1 tank down on the enemy. So at one point we were 6 tanks down. Now we're only 1 tank down on the enemy. It looked like the enemy had an almost insurpassable advantage, but now they're actually in danger because you can see this mouse here. He's going to take a round from Oksydor any second now. It's going to hurt him a lot. Rounds out. 725 hit points. He's now dropped to just 1,244. Now he's down to 583. He's not going to last very long. The Death Star might be able to get a kill shot on him in a short while. We're now down to just 4 players on our team facing 6 enemy. The mouse has turned around and he's now looking to try and have a go at us, but of course our Death Star is nearby. 479 hit points. He's now 1 shot, and I don't think the the Death Star, the FE215B183, is going to have much of a problem taking him out. In fact, I think we can take him out with an HE round now. We've got 3 of the non-stun HE variety remaining, and he's trying to manually do his shot based on what he can see. He's backed up right against the edge. He's not looking through the battle assistant. He's actually looking elsewhere through from the overall view behind the Arty, anticipating where the guy will be spotted. And of course, he can't spot because nobody's looking in that direction at the moment. And here he comes. Oh, he did the same to the Manticore, and he did it to the mouse. The mouse is gone. And now the Badger's gone as well because the Death Star killed him. And now it's 4 versus 3. It's completely turned around. Now he has to go around here because the mouse has come around the corner as well. And it does put him in danger from the Object 261, who's not that far away. But our AMX 13105 saw the 261 and has dealt with him. And now it's the mouse that's in trouble, even though he's just taken out our Death Star. There's only 2 remaining enemies, this mouse and of course the enemy FB215B183, who's down the other end of the map. And in fact, he's just been found by the AMX 13105, and that means that he's in danger of being wiped out by that 3-shot autoloader. And in fact, he has been wiped out, which now means that there's only 1 enemy left, the mouse at this end. And he came round the corner and he's gone back round again. So he's chasing us, and he suddenly realized we're actually behind him. So we're going to line up another shot on him. Is he going to back up? We fire a round in and we do get a hit, but he hits us back. 498 hit points from an APCR round. That must have been quite expensive for him. And he's now trying to work out, how does he get at us? He has to come straight towards us if he does. And now the AMX 13105 is coming to our rescue. The Type 5 Heavy is a little slow, but we're reloading and we could take this guy out with 1 shot if we can get it on target. We've got 3 kills. We're anticipating another one, but we might get wiped out. Here we go. Oh, he fires it in. Unfortunately, that's the end of us. But the mouse is now one shot, and the AMX will have no trouble taking out the mouse after this. Another, oh, this time round it was an armor piercing round, not an APCR. And yes, you can see the shell went in exactly in the same spot where he fired the last time. And we get wiped out, but what's happening to the mouse? Well, it looks like the AMX 13105 is going to the enemy cap, whilst the Type 5 Heavy is the one who's actually going to try and take out the mouse. Oksydor going down fighting. He's not the sort of Arty player who dies. You can see you did more than 90% of Arty players. Snaps from the Striv congratulating him. And when you're a good player like Oksydor, you really do get congratulations from team members. It's happened to me. It's happened to other players who are in what Arty Noobs. We may be noobs in our title, but we're not actually noobs in what we do. Some of us are really, really good at what we do, and we enjoy it as well. It takes a lot of skill to play Arty this well. And we can see the mouse is trying to sneak to the cap. And unfortunately, it seems our Type 5 Heavy didn't get a good shot there. Okay, the mouse is going to get one shot at the Type 5, I think. You can see it here. Yeah, it does get one hit. But I think that's going to be the mouse's last hit, because we are capping at the other end. Oh, the Type 5 misses his shot. So the mouse is hungry to take another kill. But there's no way he's going to be able to stop the cap. And it looks like the AMX 13105 is going to get a Invader medal. And in fact, no, he doesn't get it, because the Type 5 Heavy takes the kill that wins the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game from Oksydor of OLIMP in the T92 HMC. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He managed to get 9. He also got a Gauss medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. His win rate was 9,641, which is super unicum and a lot more. And yeah, he certainly earned that. Congratulations from the Striv 103B. We do get it occasionally, and it's quite nice when other people recognize the amount of effort that we put in to change a game all the way around. Remember, at one point, this team was 6 tanks down on the enemy. The enemy had captured the north part of the map. And in fact, they were streaming towards our cap area, thinking that they got a clean win out of this one. And no, Oksydor shut them down by taking out one tank after another. 3 kills. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he definitely got the highest damage in the game, 6,628 hit points of damage. He didn't use a single stun shell during that game. He used only the non-stun HE. Massive amount of damage out of it by getting direct hits on the enemy. The second highest damage in the game actually went to the MX-50B with 4,659 hit points. And the third highest, well, that turned out to be the Object 140 on our team with 4,444. When it came to kills, the high scorer was, in fact, the Death Star on our team. He got 4 kills out of that one. The guy who was protecting us from that little manticore. 3 kills went to Oksydor, and also to the T110E4 on the enemy team. The Type 5 Heavy on his own team, who got that last kill in the game. He got a Spartan and Steel Wall out of the game. And the AMX 13105 as well, who got 3. When it came to kills, to base XP rather, not kills, we can see the top scorer was in fact the Object 140. He got 1,167. Then the AMX 13105 got 1,053. And then we've got Oksydor in third place with 1,044. So 3 players very close together. In fact, the Type 5 Heavy, who won the game, actually got 1,012. So 4 very good players in the game who actually managed to get the win against all the odds. He fired only 13 rounds, but he made those rounds very effective. He got 11 direct hits on the enemy and 3 penetrating shots and 9 splash. Damage of 6,628 hit points, of which 4,615 were at more than 300 meters. The Manticore was very close range, and so was the mouse twice. He managed to hit the mouse twice. Two hits received, both penetrations, both from the mouse. Nothing he could do to avoid that in the end. 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and he earned 13,006 credits. Almost after all that effort, he only gets 13,000 credits. Yes, I know. It's mostly down to the ammunition cost, but he did use standard shells, and they're not that expensive. But yes, even at tier 10, it's marginal how much you make. 7 bonds for this being a tier 10 game, and 7,830 experience points, including 6,264 for mission completion. So yes, he well deserved that ace tanker, as well as the congratulations from his teammates, because he certainly put in an effort. And without Oksydor in that game, I don't think they would have actually won. I think the enemy would have walked all over them, because of course they managed to kill all the tanks that went to the north, and then they streamed towards our cap area. Literally, they had control of the cap area. They could have put 3 in the cap and stopped our team at that point and won the game, but nope. Unfortunately, they decided they wanted no cap, kill all, and it worked against them because, of course, Oksydor could pick them off one by one. Even the Manticore, who thought, I'm going to get revenge for getting struck with that penetrating shot the first time around, well, he got penetrated a second time. Because we checked the scoreboards, well, actually, he didn't get penetrated twice, but you can see the amount of damage against him. 1,237 with 1 penetration showing. The Leopard, of course, was wiped out with 1 shot. That easily went through him. 1,172. He didn't have the armor to stand up against a shot like that. And I think the Carrow, no, not the Carrow, not the Badger. Who was the other penetrating shot? It wasn't the mouse. We knew those 2. And it's not showing the... Oh, there it is. It said, oh, he did penetrate the mouse. One of the shots he fired against the mouse did penetrate him. And of course, that was the guy who killed him as well. So it must have been the fact that it was very close range actually meant that it went straight through the mouse armor. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.